Happy Friday and welcome to another episode of Enrich Your Being. I'm Talaya and today we're going to talk about staying in high spirits. So that's really important because for you to be the best version of yourself, you have to keep yourself in a good energy, right? How can you contribute to the world? How can you give of yourself if you're not at 100%, if you're not filled in a good place, right? So really staying in high spirits and having a conscious mindset of being in a high spirit is what's the most important part, right? Just keep it in the forefront of your mind, in your consciousness, right? Not just in your subconscious, so that as you move throughout the day, as situations present themselves, as circumstances happen, maybe somebody cut you off in the freeway, right? You have that mindset of staying in a high place, staying in a high energy, right? So staying just in a good vibration. So when that person cuts you off or when whatever happens, you still feel good at the end of it, right? Because we let things shift our energy so fast in life, right? We could get one phone call and at the end of it, our energy is completely shifted. We could have been having the best day and then it just turned into the worst day all of a sudden because of this one thing. We opened a piece of mail or we got an email or a text message. When really our life should not be controlled by circumstances or situations. So again, keep in the forefront of your mind, staying in that high place, staying in that high energy, knowing that God got you, right? That He loves you at all times and feeling His unconditional love all the time. And that's really one of the key ways of how you're going to enrich your being and live as the best version of yourself. It's really by operating in that high place and living in that level and in that energy field where God exists, right? Where you feel His love at all times. Because no matter what's happening, what's going on, God is with you and He got your back. How do you do that, right? How do you stay in high energy at the best version, right? At a high level of vibration, right? Because so much happens, we have to know how to do it. So how we do it is by finding different tools and techniques that work for us. Some people love meditation, right? So as soon as something happens, they'll pop on their meditation and they'll listen to it. Some people love church, some people like music. It's really about what works best for you and what's your getaway. But there's some way, right? And try to involve your breath. Anything that alters the flow of your breath is in control of your energy, right? So if you're getting mad and intense, you'll see that the way you breathe changes. If you get sad, how you breathe changes. Same thing if you're happy, right? So whatever you can do to get your breath back in a good flow, whatever you breathe like, right? Start paying attention to how you breathe when you feel good. Get yourself back to that space so that you can stay in that high vibration, right? So it's all about the breath, keeping your breath very good, very light, very airy. Take those deep breaths into the stomach, whether that's dancing, right? For me, I'm a dancer, so I super dance when I need to get my energy up. Sometimes I just scream just to release out all the rough energy that's inside of me, and then I can go back to my calm, relaxed breathing, right? So find what that is that works for you, that gets that breath nice and flowing so that you can stay in that relaxed, high energy, happy vibration state. So stay in high energy, stay in high spirits, and I'll see you back next week for another episode of Enrich Your Being.